Hey there, Soul Tribe. Welcome to your week ahead reading. I actually felt very called to cleanse this space. I feel as though this particular week you're going to be given a chance to clear the air with a soulmate, or if anything, welcome somebody brand new into your life. Whatever it is that you could end up experiencing in the week ahead, it's with somebody that you believe there could be some possibilities with. But I am going to warn you right off the bat to make sure that you stay grounded and anchored because there might be this feeling of paranoia that could crop up and distract you from something that could actually potentially be good. If you have been anticipating somebody coming back into your life or hoping that you might be able to finally have that conversation, you're more than welcome to stick around. If we haven't met yet, my name is High Priestess Berry, psychic medium and divine channeler, hoping to bring you a message. Now, always remember, my messages are candid, unscripted, but they are also timeless, so please tap into your instincts. Listen to your intuition. If there is anything that I talk about that doesn't make any sense, totally fine. Do not worry about it. This message may not be for you, but if it does resonate and you desire to show your support, be sure to subscribe and share your situation in the comments below. All right, let's dive in. After all that shuffling, we got burned bridges. This should be a little bit of a confirmation about who it is that either they're going to be coming in or you may be wondering what they could be up to, but this is somebody that you have known. And I actually think for a few of you, if this somehow is somebody brand new entering into your life, they've had to burn it all down in order to make it to you. What's underneath here? Chaos. That story checks, and along with epiphany. And I'm just curious, time. Like, I'm hearing it is about time. That seems to be the theme over the last few weeks. So, my intention is to ask what it is that you wrapped up from the previous week. Like, what happened in the last episode of your life? We'll also have a look at what are your goals, your intentions as you kick off the week. How are you feeling about this particular week ahead? And what sort of stuff are you moving through within the 3D? And what's going to be really cool about this particular message, we're going to split the timeline because all of you guys are unique. And a few of you guys are going to be going one way, and a few of you another. And I want to get you some messages so that you can feel very prepared as you start this week ahead. So, at the top over here, like what just happened? Over your head, overextended, rock bottom. Like you have been up to a lot. And this is a very 10 of wands kind of feeling. It feels as though the last few weeks have not been kind to you. But I do get the sense that you have been thriving, especially if you have been burning the bridges. As much as I would love to harp on an external soulmate, I really want to make sure this reading is about you. You guys have been standing up for yourself. You have been recognizing who is friend and who is foe, and you've had to face your own demons. You have been going through a lot, and I want to emphasize right off the bat before we dive deeper into the week, you've been doing a lot and congratulate yourself. It is so easy for us to get wound up and worried that we're not doing enough, but you have a lot of supportive energies around you that want to remind you you are doing a lot. So make sure that you don't take yourself for granted, especially with what you've had to endure over the last few weeks. So, what are your goals and intentions as you kick off the week? Like, what are you hoping to get out of this week isolation? Leave me alone. Leave me the fuck alone. I do want to have a quick look to see, like, what is this intention of isolation? Because it's one of these feelings where, okay, maybe you've had to burn a bridge with a friend. Maybe you've had to finally stand up to a family member. Others of you could be longing and wondering about somebody who'd ghosted you, who's no longer a part of your life. I think for some, you could actually be having memories of friends that you haven't spoken to in decades. The veil is very thin this week, and I think a lot of us are still going to be heavy within our emotions. This feels very introspective. But what do we have right here? Five of Swords. Remember I was saying earlier about this card of drowning? You've been doing a lot. You have been doing a lot. And this is a bit of a reminder that taking some time for yourself is important. Just make sure you're not isolating yourself because you overcommitted yourself to something that's not in alignment with you, but more that you need to get away so that you can recharge. And in many ways, write down what it is you have accomplished because sometimes the Five of Swords can be a little bit of a headache. And I think a few of you could be dealing with, I'm actually getting nerve pain, physical pain. A lot of the work that you've been pouring into the 3D may have caught up to your body. What's underneath here? Judgment. This is the cicada, and this is the pupa before it emerges from its shell. I believe this is a 12-year cycle. I have been picking up 12-year cycles coming to an end. There's actually something while you've only been doing this for a few weeks. I chuckle. A few of you have been dealing this for a few years, but there's a version of you from 12 years ago that you're getting ready to release, the version of you that believes that you are not enough, especially with whatever this burned bridge is. It's an ideology, it's a person, it's a self limiting belief that made you believe that you aren't doing enough. And it's actually got in the way of you being able to manifest good things, good relationships, making money, having a happy and fulfilling life. There's something very important about this intention of isolation. Seven of Swords. This is a card of deception, but this is the Black Widow spider. And notice how the spider walks on a razor thin edge. These are knives. These are not swords. Knives are one-sided, swords are two-sided. The truth always has a cutting edge, but it can also be used for good. In some ways, these could be scalpels. Scalpels, when they're used correctly, can be used to remove dangerous things from the body. There's something about this energy. On one hand, it may feel as though you're getting time alone for all the wrong reasons, but you really need to do that inner work and differentiate. Is this something that someone taught me when I was a kid? Because you got to let it go. Is this a belief system that a jerk made me believe in order to be under their control? You got to let it go. Let's get one more card right here. Ace of Pentacles. You are manifesting a brand new beginning. And I chose this particular deck because it's shadowy. Like, look at the blues here. We got these dark shadows. This is a very introverted week. And I feel as though you're going to try and make the most of it. I know I saged this space, but my throat chakra is absolutely going nuts. I'm trying so hard not to sneeze right now, guys. Oh man. So like what is the mood? Like sort of that internal the internal knowing, the dread, the hope. What is it you're hoping to get out of this particular week? Narcissist. Like so much blue. Like this is definitely throat chakra. There's a lot that has been hidden from you. There is a lot that there's a lot that you have built your life on that has been based on what past people taught you to be true. Working from the ego, people taking advantage of you and being opportunists. And then when you can't do what they want you to do, they fall apart and they blame you. Like, there is a little bit of a joke within here that turning the tables and practicing empathy and focusing on your self care. A past person made you feel like taking care of yourself was a bad thing, that you must be lazy. And there's something about standing up for yourself and not so much being the narcissist, but embodying that self care. And it looks like this because you don't want to be that jerk. You really don't want to be that person. Let's get one quick card for a little bit of clarity because I do want to see what's going on in the 3D before we split the timeline. Eight of Swords. This is a recognition you have been holding yourself back, and this is coming to an end. So I'm very glad to see this clarity right here. Guys, you're not being the narcissist for taking care of yourself. You've had people around you just making snide comments and making you think that self care is selfish. And it's like, yeah, it is. It means I take care of myself first because if I can't take care of myself first, I certainly cannot take care of you. Having a lot of optimism that you are making a good decision. So, what is it that you are going to be focusing on in your 3D reality as you move through these energies? Family. Oh, at least we got a little bit of contrast going on right here. Blood ties, inner circle. And I'm also hearing adopted family. A lot of you guys are going to be revisiting what family means to you, especially if you struggled with a narcissistic dynamic with your family, or maybe your family was great, but you married into a narcissistic family. Because that can really hurt the ego if you felt like your family was so great, but then you found yourself in an abusive situation anyways. There's a lot of self-reflection, and you can only do it by yourself. This is sort of an energy. It's best to do it with, your preacher, your rabbi, your therapist, your father confessor, God Almighty themselves. Like, this is something only you can do because you're trying to break a toxic family habit or intergenerational cycle, especially if you feel as though your family has been prone to narcissists and other debilitating mindsets. Because there we go, 10 of Pentacles, long term abundance, intergenerational, being able to pass down wisdom, pass down money, pass down skill sets. What do we have at the top over here? Page of Swords. Oh, interesting. This is a little bit of a preview of events to come. Having a good conversation. Because if somebody is coming back into your life, you need to have an honest conversation. And I think you are willing to have the honest convo, but this person has feedback, information, a point of view that could set you off if you are not ready to face your own shadow. It's not even your inner demons. This is facing your shadow. Let's get one more card. The Lovers. Wow. Somebody wants to be back in your life. Somebody really wants to patch something up with you. If that's the case, it's time to split the timeline. So I'm going to go ahead and clear the board. And if this is resonating with you, make sure to smash that like button because the more you interact with my videos, it sends out a signal to the universe so that we can share these messages. You are not the only one going through this, and others in your collective need help. So whenever you participate, it gives me permission to read your energy. Consent is key, after all. So here's how the timelines are going to be played. I got two animals for you. I've got the bear and I have the nightingale. And I just want you to pick the animal. I'm going to hide it and I'm just going to flip it here. Bear, nightingale, bear, nightingale, bear, nightingale, done. You have to, if you didn't pick by now, there's nothing here for you. But what do we have for pile number one? Pile number one, you're going to be nightingale spirit. Pile number two, you're the brown bear spirit. So check out the timestamps below and you'll be able to jump to your specific reading. Hey there, pile one. If you are here, you have picked Nightingale Spirit. Love is all around. Do 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 do. Like I was actually really startled. Honestly, I'll be honest. Like the energy is here. Something startled me, and it was this feeling as though I thought, "Oh my God, something bad has just happened. The bad thing just happened all over again." Oh wait, no. Oh, I just freaked out. Like there's something that might leap at you this week, and you may find it funny, you may not. It's gonna kind of depend on what mood that you are in. But just remember, you have music all around you. The universe is communicating to you through stories, like I was saying, through music. You'll also probably be hearing songbirds. There's something very auditory and natural about this particular timeline you're going to be experiencing this week. So I'll put Nightingale right here. And at the base of the deck, before we go to cut, we have that Page of Swords. I was mentioning a little bit of preview of events to come because this particular card was showing up. This is that conversation with the lovers. Begin again, because we also have Eight of Cups. I feel like this is a frank, honest discussion as to why either you had to walk away, why they walked away. There's something very healing about whatever this conversation is supposed to be. So I am going to cut and we're going to be asking, how is this person behaving? How is it that you are acting and reacting? And then we'll have to ask the ultimate question. TGIF, will it be a good Friday? So after we go to cut, we got 8 of coins. Like, eh, this isn't roses and rainbows. There's a lot of work that needs to be done. Like there's going to be some I have to this these cards are too heavy for me. The energy this week, it's going to be very healing, but it's going to hurt. And in some ways, it's this feeling as though you might accidentally hurt yourself a few times because you're still healing yourself. Like, notice the poor gal at the base, or, kinda, like, notice her foot on the card. She keeps stepping on brambles, she keeps trying to create her little pentacles, and it's irritating her skin, irritating her foot, but we do have 7 of Wands, so this could be a little bit of back and forth. You accidentally hurt yourself trying to figure something out, you may end up feeling a little bit defensive, and let's just have one little look right here, 10 of coins. This feels like it's going to be worth it because this isn't just about solving something for a week. This is about solving a problem that could have a lifetime potential. If this isn't a lover relationship, this could easily be a business partnership, especially if you tried something in the past and it didn't work out and it feels like you just keep going in circles trying to make something work because you're so passionately dedicated to whatever this is. Like, I feel like whatever is incoming for you guys, it's cathartic. It's going to bring some information and some good conversation. So what's going on outside of you, like with the external energy? 9 of coins, like, this person, they've had to free themselves from something in order to become independent. This person wants to talk about how they've gone through a big struggle and they're hoping you would actually listen to them. You notice how we have the little birdie right over here? Love is all around. This person has had a huge karmic lesson in their life about who it is it's worth dedicating themselves to. And I feel like some of them have actually picked up a new hobby that you weren't even aware of. It's sort of like, I didn't know you were into growing watermelons. How quaint. Like, there's something that this person really wants to share with you, but because we have the 9 of Pentacles, it means that they don't have anybody else dictating where their money should go. If this is a past business relationship and everything failed, this person had a lot of meddling energies that were informing them and changing their mind without your consent, without your knowledge. Like, the word consent seems to be very prominent in this week's reading. I kind of want to do a little bit of clarity just because curious berries is curious. So let's grab a King of Swords. Okay, perfect. That's the honest conversation. Tell me a little bit more about this external person because I feel like they're approaching you with a state of honesty, and I think that's all you ever wanted. It's like, I how is it that I've said before? If I feel angry, it's because I know I'm being lied to. If you got angry at this person, on one hand, sure, they deserved it, but it was because they were blatantly lying. But this person was also lying to themselves. Okay, car got jammed. Perfect. There we go. The devil. Especially if this person stabbed you in the back. But I think more that this person, they really got entrapped into something. On one hand, you might have labeled them being the bobcat right here. Honestly, this person, they are this poor bunny rabbit. Somebody laid, oh, wait, no, okay. Scratch that. Somebody laid a trap for this person. They need to talk to you because a lot of the confusion and misunderstanding with this individual, they were intentionally entrapped into something. So, yeah, they are the bobcat here. And it's because you've had a projection. You thought they knew better, and they're upset with themselves. They knew better as well, and they can't believe they fell for this. So, what do we have up here? Ace of Swords. They want to bring you clarity. I'm noticing that the cute little panda bear here, he wants to have a little snack with you. So it could be like, going out for a bite to eat, buying you a cup of coffee. It's sort of like, if you're gonna fuck me over, could you at least buy me dinner? This person really does want to have a conversation, and in some ways they're trying to figure out a safe environment that they could talk to you. They're very timid right now, and I think they're a little bit scared of you, not because you are scary, but because they've been around people who've been really mean, snapping at them, baiting and trapping them. That this person, while they are trying to act like everything is okay, just be aware that deep down inside this person is still heavily traumatized, but there's a lot of love within here. There's something about learning how to listen to the echoes of their emotions, even if it does get frazzled and static every so often, to really hear them from the soul. That's what they need right now. They're craving for somebody to see them from the soul. What's going on your end right here? Four of Cups. This is a bit of a conversation about you do need to speak to them about how disappointed you were. Like we have another birdie right here. This birdie was left out. This birdie has always been involved with things, and there's something about you guys talking about the grass was greener on the other side. I'm gonna actually leave the card. Oh, Tower. Yeah, this is the conversation about how they got entrapped and it changed everything. But what's interesting, the universe is actually trying to say to you, yes, this person wants to come to you with truth. Yes, this person has deep, profound emotions for you, and they're hiding it because the majestic moose is under the water, but moose can actually swim underwater. But this one hasn't come out to breathe in quite a while because they're afraid of getting entrapped again. But it's still going to be important for you to express your disappointment. And it's not to say I'm disappointed in you, although I'm pretty sure you could be. It's it's more like you expressing how disappointed that you couldn't help them. Like that's actually kind of the vibe. Like in some ways this person needs to hear that you would still help them despite everything that they've gone through. What do we have at the base of here? The magician. Like on one hand, just don't leap into this willy-nilly. This person does actually need to hear some emotional truths. It's interesting saying emotional truths. It's probably because they're stuck in their emotions. So it's sort of like rather than trying to get at them with truth and ideas, try to meet them with where they are at and show them how you noticed emotionally how these people were fake. Show them how emotionally that these people that this person was drawn to. There's something about teaching them a bit of a lesson so that they can get the help that they need. Like in some ways, they shouldn't ask you for help, but they know that you have information that they need in order to get the help they need. Does that make any sense? There we go. Eight of Swords. Don't hold back, I'm being told, but don't jump into it. This requires you to really be an adult in this particular situation and really tap into your deep level of empathy. What do we have at the top of here? Queen of Swords. Like this just confirms what it was that I was just saying. And the Emperor. Wow. Like this energy has been showing up for the last couple of weeks and I've been using different decks. In a lot of ways this person really heavily admires you, and in a lot of ways they don't know how you got out of a bad situation, but there's something that you've gone through, something that you have closed out so that you can create a brand new beginning. And there's something about your doubt, the self-defeating thoughts. There's something about your experience that you have already conquered that is really going to benefit this person. So I'm going to put the magician right here. But we have to ask the ultimate question. Like this week does feel very cathartic, but what kind of Friday is it going to be? Is it TGIF? Is it going to be a great Friday, or are you just going to go back into isolation mode after all of this? What do we have? Nine of Cups. Like this feels like a real good Friday. Nine of Cups is all about emotional fulfillment. Like, yes, this person's showing up with pentacles, but watermelons, it's sort of as though how can you make emotions your own currency? And there's just this healing, like cathartic, an understanding, because the baseline, we have the magician and the devil. The universe is really trying to orchestrate something in your favor. You've asked for this. There's someone that you've loved and cared about who just ran off. You never felt as though they gave you a chance. And it's more that you knew that you could help them and you were just disappointed they didn't ask in the first place, because it's like, dude, if you just talked to me, I could have saved you years, dollar signs, energy, like so much waste has gone into this person's bad decisions when they could have just talked to you in the first place. But this feels like a little an opportunity for reconnection. This isn't necessarily the 2 of cups, but because I do have the masculine and the feminine having this time together, even if this is just inwardly and just having a Friday to yourself where you can just enjoy your journey, feel recognized, and in a lot of ways still channeling that divine love of self. What do we have at there's the lovers. Oh, it's just, guys, the universe does have your back. Like, what the beauty you see in me is a reflection of you. Like this week, even if you don't necessarily speak to this person physically, you're so divinely intuitive that you're going to just get these downloads. And when you can trust the inner knowing, it brings a sense of peace. 4 of Pentacles. Something's been working underneath the surface in your favor. And you might have felt so sad and so awful that you had to hold back from this person, and even angrier that it seemed as though they were holding back from you. But what's at the top over here? 6 of Pentacles. Like, you're entering into this new generation of understanding, understand recognizing what part of your effort is actually worth sharing with somebody else. This person overshared with all the wrong people and they didn't share enough with you. Information is currency. And that's actually one of the big lessons this particular week that you're going to be able to walk away from. Information is currency. What else do we have? Queen of Pentacles. This person will start opening up to you. If it's not, again, physically, if you don't hear from them, this is energetically. There's something about you have been working so hard on connecting to your divine self. It's opening you up to your God voice, your inner knowing, the great I am. Like, you are reconnecting to your source, to God. And so it's becoming a lot easier for you to receive these downloads. And it's making it impossible for other people around you to project their issues onto you. That's what's bringing this person back into your life. So let's look at the Wizard of Azanon. Let's get one final message. What is the best energy that my amazing viewer, the lovely little nightingale, will be able to embody for this entire week in order to make the most of this experience? We're going to shuffle. Ooh, the Alpha Aryan Stargate. Artistry, expression, community, celebration. You are welcoming in your new soul tribe. Regardless of however the situation manifests within your physical reality, can you just trust that you've let go of something that no longer serves you and you're finally welcoming in a community that will engage your creativity, help you tap into your inner artist? You're going to be receiving so many downloads. Make sure you are writing everything down. Take time every morning and just channel, write it all down in the journal, and just allow yourself to get things off of your chest. You are encouraging other people around you to get things off of their chest. Just work on your shadow, be honest with yourself, accept the divine downloads, and take some time to celebrate yourself. Just saying. Wow. Well, beautiful little nightingale spirit, continue to embrace the love that is all around you. If you like my style, please make sure to like the video on the way out. And if you're kind of curious about the next message and need some support on this journey, I highly recommend that you subscribe. And until I see you at the next one, I'm wishing you peace, love, and all the berries. Why, hello, brown bear. I almost want to call you Mama Bear. Take a time out. There's actually something a little bit overly aggro with your timeline for this particular week that, going back to that isolation, I'm hearing in your case, take advantage of the time to hibernate. There's a warning in here from your spirit guides that you could accidentally become overly defensive this week, especially if you have anybody incoming. Now, when I say anybody incoming, this could just be thoughts coming up to the surface, and inwardly, you could be fighting a battle. But make sure you're anchored into your 3D reality and remind yourself that if this is a past argument, it needs to stay within the past. And make sure you're taking the time to properly sleep and properly feed yourself, because I think some of you may not recognize that you have some physical dysregulation, like blood sugars, dopamine, physical pain as well. You're a little bit of a risk of becoming a bit of a bear yourself. So it's just a bit of a warning that you are taking care of your physical well-being, because you feel a little bit feral this week. That's not necessarily a bad thing. You are actually embodying a lot of your strengths. So at the base of the deck over here, I do have the Two of Swords along with the Ten of Pentacles. Like, you have a decision to make. And you have to make the decision based on what is important for your long-term well-being and your long-term financial and career goals. This card can be a little bit deceptive because right off the bat, it could look like Nine of Pentacles, but there's something you're missing that needs to be looked at this particular week, especially if you are still frustrated, angry, or hurt with another person in your life. So I am going to cut, and we're going to be having a look at how is this person acting and behaving. We'll also see how you could be reacting based on their behavior, and then we'll have to ask the ultimate question. Will it be a Good Friday? Shall it be TGIF good or TGIF fuck it all? Like, you guys are feeling a little bit, yeah, you're really moody this week. And this isn't a judgment. It's just sort of how the energy has manifested for you. So I do appreciate that the universe is showing these Four of Pentacles. No, it's okay to hold back. Like, in some ways, you're very strong and powerful, and that energy should be used wisely. But underneath the Four of Pentacles, Two of Cups. If you have anybody who does approach you, like right off the bat, really reserve your energy. Like, I'm just curious what's underneath. There we go. The Emperor, Seven of Pentacles. Well, it's about fucking time you showed up. Right then and there, even though, Smug Bear is rightfully smug about what has been going on within your life, if you're not cautious, you will repel this energy and in some ways cause even further delays. What's going on with this person? Like, they don't know if they can approach you. They really don't know. Like, I'm sorry, you're a little bit scary right now. I'm from Canada and I'm from Alberta. Over there, we have a region called the Kananaskis Country. It's just outside of Banff National Park, and a lot of people love to go hiking in that area. But there are certain regions where you have to travel in packs. Like, you are legally required to have at least six people with you on certain trails so that you look intimidating enough so that the wildlife does not try to kill you. Like, you may have been accustomed to traveling in a pack, or this person may actually show up with a group of people because they don't feel safe around you. And try not to feel super resentful about it. You are actually very intimidating. Like, it's sort of like this person, they're hiding behind my shoulder. It's like, could you just tell the bear, please? Like, I'll toss you a few berries and like, see, like here, there. I'm giving you a few berries so you can nosh on this. There's something about you needing to distract yourself so that you can focus on your own self-care. But let's have a look and clarify with the rainbow tarot with this person, this Eight of Swords person. At the base, we have over here Ace of Cups. Like this person's actually on a brand new self-love journey. I see the little chickadee up here, just laid a little egg. And first of all, it's like, this is a really weird place for you to lay an egg. Okay. Yeah, I feel a little bit of a judgy vibe, but that seems on Four of Pentacles. Yeah, it's there's a bit of the standoff feeling that I'm getting, like, because the baseline between both of you is Four of Pentacles, that's the miser. I think a few of you guys may still be struggling with feeling safer around each other. Because altogether, this is Eight of Pentacles. If you wanted to add this up, this is, well, we could work it out, but I got mine and I have mine. This person is pretty cautious around you. Like, what's going on here? We got the Pape, which is the Pope, aka the Hierophant. Three of Wands. This person has been educated with something. There's something about a belief system that this person, this is weird. They worked very hard to make you believe that they believe in something, like a cult mentality, a religious mentality. This, because I felt drawn towards the Rainbow Tarot. It's a very queer deck, and your person doesn't have to be necessarily queer or gay or anything within that spectrum, but it's sort of as though it's kind of like my ex-husband. Every so often, like, for those of you who don't know me, like my ex-husband's gay, but I often suspect that he's only gay because he can make friends in the gay community. There are many other reasons why I divorced my ex-husband, and it had nothing to do with his sexuality. It had everything to do with him treating me like shit. So there's something about this person, they've created an identity in order to make them feel loved, in order to feel like they had some semblance of worth. But something's changed. I actually, okay, I kind of want to go a little bit deeper with this Hierophant. Um, this person got schooled, or they have a new perspective of life. And it's sort of like, are they the Hierophant or are they the students right here? Can I get a couple more cards just to help clarify? Like, I really want to call him the Pope. The Pope of Nope. Someone that they respected and a sense of authority. Something shifted. Oh, this may only apply to some of you. There's also an energy in here that they took a bunch of shortcuts in the name of pursuing their dreams. They knew there was a lot of things that they could have done in order to make their life better, but they were just too exhausted to do it. Like, I don't know. That might just be for one person. That was very difficult to phrase. Like, I don't think there's anything in the cards to. Okay, let's ask the fortune telling deck. Can I just get a bit of a snapshot? Like, what happened with this Pope? The widower. Sadness. This Pope is somebody that they walked away from a good relationship. This could have been a parent, somebody that they respected. It's sort of this, like, it's not quite literal. It could feel like a little bit of the deathbed confession. Somebody told your person, "Hey, look, if you, viewer, you, the scary little brown bear, has been the best thing that they've ever had in their life, don't waste it." Because I feel like this widower lost someone before they had a chance to even tell them their true feelings. There's been a truth that this person held back from you. Let's have a, there we go, anger, constancy, Desire. This person, in some ways, they are intimidated by you because they may have thrown you out. They may have gotten angry that you were trying to get close to them, but this is haunting them. And you are constantly on their mind. Like they think about you even when they don't think they're thinking about you. They've constantly denied how they have actually felt about you. And somebody called them out on it. This widower, like, so, there's a little ask in here. It's like, thank the random strangers that we never know that we could have encountered who've set our soulmates straight. This is one of those moments. How are you acting and reacting? Well, we got the Three of Cups. I was warning that this person could show up with a posse, with a group of people. And I find it interesting that Three of Cups is showing up in context to you. Just randomly at the base, Five of Wands. Just a heads up, you may not hear directly from this person because they are intimidated by you. They have all kinds of feelings. They're upset. They are looking for an opportunity. They are nowhere near ready. This turkey is not cooked whatsoever. So I get the sense that you're either going to get an intuitive download, like a divine download. Otherwise, you're going to be hearing this from like a mutual friend. It's sort of as though you know I was saying, it was like these two creatures right here, and they're listening to the Pope, and it's sort of like they are gonna show up over here and say, hey, like, this is what's going on. And I'm always cautious about gossip, but personal opinion is that if it's for everybody's greater and higher good to bring healing information, it's not gossip. If it's used to judge, look down on people in order to strategize and get a comeuppance on somebody else, then it's karmic. But there's some kind of information, a benevolent being trying to talk to you. Who knows? Maybe this is just me. This is just me talking to you. This is like my inner union self having a conversation with you, just saying, "Hey, this person's going through a lot, and in some ways." You just taking care of yourself and minding your own business, like taking care of yourself physically, because if you're picking up this person intuitively on the fifth dimension, it could ripple into your life as sickness, as disease, as shit just going wrong. So what do we have with there? Nine of Swords. So some of you are going to get this in dreams, and it's going to be important that you are giving yourself a lot of space to rest. This comes back to your advice. Hibernate, make sure you're resting, make sure that you are eating so that you can minimize whatever um nasty little thoughts that could be coming up to the surface. Can you imagine this little beast over here isn't you? It's just your person over here trying to communicate with you, but you're still kind of hurt. Like it looks like you're actually kind of still a little bit teared up, crying in the middle of the night. But I feel like if you're crying in the middle of the night, but you have no reason to, you're picking up on this person. There we go. Temperance. I'm very glad to see temperance right here. This is very healing. This is an energy that is looking out for the both of you in order to balance everything out. Because this person, they left you feeling confused and they have a karmic debt as a result of it. What do we have? Le Soleil, which is the sun, which I am kind of drawn to the sun right here. What else do we have? Ten of Wands. There's an ask within here. Try not to be so optimistic about this person because you're actually stressing each other out. They're totally going to come in. It'll totally be fine. And you create this sense of anticipation and it's repelling this person. Um, there's something about really, if you focus on yourself, this person has a reason to focus on themselves because you're shining a spotlight on them on the fifth dimension and it's making them shut down again. And it's a little bit of help me to help you. So, write down your dreams. They are giving you a lot of hints. I am noticing a lot of the astrology on the blankets. So there's some about leaning into your spiritual practices at this time are going to be very enlightening. You're getting to know yourself, and there's no sense of frustrating yourself if this person just can't even. You got your own standards, and you got to meet your own standards at this time. Yikes. So, ultimate question, this has been a really dense week for you. TGIF. Is it a good Friday or is it a bad Friday? What do the cards have to say? Eight of Cups. Cathartic. Can I just say that? This feels a little bit more like a cathartic Friday. If you're able to glean whatever epiphanies you receive about your situation with this person, what's going on in your day-to-day life, what's happening within your body and your mental well-being, just see things for what they are. You may have had a little bit of a rose-colored glasses approach to how you could fix the situation, but isn't just you who's responsible. Somebody else is responsible, and leaving other people to their own cleanup is challenging. There's a feminine meddlesome energy that you're going to be confronted with this week, but keep it simple for yourself, especially as you roll into Friday. Just know you have a lot of energies around you that are trying to protect you. Emphasis on trying, but just depend on divine protection. Try not to depend so much on your friends circling you in support. Some of these friends, because they're still associated potentially with this other energy, I have to question their motivation as to why they still connect with this person. It's up to you to decide what makes the most sense. But at the base over here, Five of Swords. This is one of those moments where it's okay just to allow the past to go. You don't need to defeat yourself about it. You don't need to be hard on yourself, but recognizing broken cups are broken cups. Like none of these are useful. Sure, you could go out of your way to turn it into a really neat art project. And if you feel called to do something like that, go nuts, but you need to acknowledge it for what it is. Otherwise, whatever fruits that you're going to bear from the lessons of this week will just become stale and not really all that useful. Ace of Pentacles, you are manifesting a new beginning, and it's sort of like you can just barely see the potential walking through, but you got to keep walking. There's something that you got to keep pursuing for, and you got to do this solo. Like, leave this person behind to do their thing. You need to focus on yourself so that you can finally get to your brand new beginning. You can be independent, and no matter how this person acts, reacts, or behaves, you will be so foundationally set that you can regulate yourself around anybody. So we're going to ask the Wizard of Azanon for just one last message. What is the best energy that the brown bear? Okay, I'm not going to cover your face. Like, I'm glad you're gonna have you'll have a little bit of fun this week, having a little bit of sense of humor about who you are. If you want to embrace Mama Bear, be Mama Bear. Just know your power so that it's used for good and not used for harm. But what is the best energy that Mama Bear can embody this particular week? We got the golden seed: light, wholeness, warmth, and well-being. If you make yourself the greatest priority, you will be able to find that gentleness within yourself. You are a giant, even if you are physically petite. You're being asked to take some time to plant the seed for your own benefit. Be a little bit selfish. Make this about you. Make this only for you. You're transmuting a very challenging situation into something that will bring healing, that will bring hope. But until you are able to embody this seed and this brand new beginning, you won't be able to bring anybody else with you. Being a leader is to focus on yourself, and being the warrior means you need to fight for yourself first. I'm just saying. Wow. Well, my conflicted little brown bears, however your week turns out for you, damn, I sincerely hope that this helped. Thank you so much for sticking around. If you found this helpful, please make sure to like the video on the way out. If you think that there's someone who could really benefit from these messages, I really ask that you share this wisdom so that we can help a collective elevate. And until I see you at the next one, I'm wishing you peace, love, and all the berries.